Very much. I think we have time for one more question from our studio audience. Tell us your name, your question, and who it's directed to.
My name is Sally Miller, and I live in Phoenix, Arizona. My question is, in the Shema, it says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord is one." And the Hebrew word for one is echad. Now, I know they mentioned this already, but it's my understanding that echad encompasses multiple dimensions in this unity. And the scripture where the husband and wife, Adam and his wife, are one, is also echad, and they certainly are different dimensions. So how do you respond, the non-Trinitarian side respond to this comment?
Dr. Buzzard?
Yeah, there are 970 occurrences of the word echad. It means one. I would invite you to ask any Jewish child this high to put up one finger. It means one. It's just exactly like the English word one. Exactly. One single. Go to any lexicon, check it out. One single Lord. That's clear to me. There is a prodigious piece of nonsense, if I may put it that way, impolitely, out there in internet land to suggest that echad is really compound one. Go to the dollar store, pay your dollar, and they go to the counter, and they'll say it's compound one, $13. It's false. It's a language trick of major proportions. Echad means one single. Abraham was only one person. Guess what the Hebrew word is there? Echad. Everything is plural. If you want to take cells in Abraham or arms and legs, everything is plural. But you're being played a grand trick when you're being told that echad means more than one. It's a numeral adjective meaning one single item. 970 times. I invite you to go through every one of them. As our friends have done, we've done it endlessly. Echad means one single, just like one.
Joseph, you've got your Hebrew open there, so I think you want to add something to that.
In the book of Joshua, it's talking about the kings that were conquered by Joshua when the people came into the land. And it has a list of them, 31 of them. It starts off the king of Jericho. It says one, but the Hebrew word is echad. It's not yachid. It's echad's used there for a singular one. It can be used for a singular one. It can be used for like a husband and a wife, but it's not restricted to that. So you can't make a case from the Shema on that.
Not two fleshes, one flesh, not two fleshes.
Okay, rebuttal, 90 seconds.
Yeah, you know, I got to be honest here. That's a miserably disappointing answer from sincere guys. I got to be honest. First, check the counts. You know, all the references to numbers, like you mentioned, Sir Anthony, 7,000 references to Yahweh. Yep. You know, that's an incorrect number by hundreds. Either way, just check the references rather than re-quote them, okay? But the bottom line is, echad just means one. We believe in one God. What's a good number to use? How about one? So echad means one. It can refer to one couple. It can refer to one team. It can refer to one pen. It can refer to one debate. Here, Exodus chapter 35, verse 13, they made 50 gold clasps, used them to fasten the two sets of curtains together so that the tabernacle was a unit. What's the word used? Echad. So Genesis 1, that Lila and Yom, the night and day, is one day. So the word echad simply talks about one God, and he's the only God that we worship. That's the primary revelation in the Old Testament. So when you look in the Tanakh, the Hebrew Scriptures, the argument is not, what's the nature of God? Is he 3 in 1 or 2 in 1 or one? No, it's only worship this one God because there's only one Yahweh. There's not a Yahweh in this town, this town, this town. One God, we worship him exclusively. And echad simply uses the word one, just like in English.
Very, very simply, proving monotheism does not prove Unitarianism. We are monotheists. The question is that one being of God shared by 3 divine persons, as the Scriptures teaches, or do we have to close one eye and say, well, we're defending monotheism. I am a monotheist. I have defended monotheism over and over and over again against many, many different perspectives. But proving monotheism is not proving Unitarianism.